Arlynn here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? Well, as has been my habit for the last few videos, I am starting outside. And this time I'm starting out at the pool again. You can still see we still have the solar cover on it. The solar cover has only been off of it one day because we have had the worst weather. I am telling you, this is the chilliest and rainiest May that I can remember in many years. But this week it's supposed to get pretty, so we are hoping that we can get the solar cover off of here and that Chris and I can spend a couple of days out here. Hence one reason I'm bringing you this video on Monday. At least I hope I can get it up by Monday afternoon. Stacey is coming on Friday, so know that there is going to be a lot of content coming up with Stacey and myself. And I will explain more of that when I get into the island and we do a little bit of a haul and I answer some of your questions and I talk to you about what Stacey and I have planned, some of what we have planned. But I thought I would start out here to check out these hibiscus blooms. Aren't they just gorgeous? I just love this color. Chris, do you remember what this color is? No, he's saying no. Red. They kind of look like almost a marmalade-y, don't they? They're so pretty. And there we go. What are these guys called? Skinks? Skink. And I just love all these plants. And of course, we've got all these pretty plants up here, some Gerber daisies, some dahlias, and all of these will get spread out and put around the pool deck and around the deck up there before Stacey gets here. We are just, you know, look at this. Chris just lines them up here. They're easier for him to water and take care of when they're all lined up like this up here for him. So, but I wanted to show you over here, we got this new swing. Look at this. And this was not expensive. It was from Amazon and I can put a link in the description for this. But I just wanted something else and we got it without cushions on purpose because every time we come out here, we have to grab a cushion out unless we sit on one of those chairs, which is fine. But for those or for any of the chairs up here, we have to grab the cushions out. And it's frankly a pain. So also I think the kids will really love this swing. And I know I will enjoy this a lot, just to come out here and just sit underneath the little canopy. So we got a little swing. And I love it. So let's look over here. Nothing is blooming yet, still the same. But my goodness, they've grown a lot in a week, haven't they, y'all? Wow. Chris just put that umbrella up to make sure that there wasn't any. We open it up sometimes and bees like to build nests in these things, you know. And everything else is looking, Chris painted this pot white and blue. Look at that. This was a big pot he had in the basement and he painted it and put the gardenia in there. Planted the gardenia. So pretty and smells so good. And then, you know, of course, that's the pool motor and everything behind the facade there. So things are looking very nice right now out here. And we will put this all together before Stacey gets here. So I don't know whether she and I will do any filming out here or not. We'll see. We do have a couple of videos at least planned for you guys. And yes, some cooking videos too, which I'll tell you about. One craft. I'm not sure if we'll do any other crafts. But anyway, all right, let's head into the house. And we'll do a little chitting and a chatting and a little hauling. And then spend some good time fellowshipping. Alrighty. Temperatures, trying to get to 75, but All right, I'll meet you inside in just a few minutes. Hi everyone, here I am in at my kitchen island. How in the world are you guys doing today? And as I said outside, thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is this is gonna be a hodgepodge type of a video, you guys. This is just a video kind of to bring you up to date as to what really is coming up, because honest to goodness, I haven't really been doing too much since my last video. I haven't really created anything. I haven't really done too much. We have had rainy, cold, dank days. And little Mr. Maverick had a fever over the weekend, so we were not able to see he or Candace this weekend. So he is really struggling with allergies, the poor little tyke. And I think it caused maybe a secondary infection and whatnot. Bless his little heart. Oh, here comes Chris. Oh, red blooms. Okay, thank you. He just brought me a squirrel here, but he just brought me the tag for that hibiscus out there. It's called Red Blooms. And he got it from Lowe's. And he spent $17.98 for it. I don't know whether it was on sale or not. But anyway, there you go. Red Blooms. And they were red. Weren't they beautiful? Oh my goodness. But anyway, so Chris and I were here by ourselves over the weekend. And honestly, it was fine with me. I tell you, I have been super sore. It's just arthritis, you guys. So I was just as happy not to do too much. We took a bunch of rides, and we stopped here and there. I really didn't do any shopping to speak of. I didn't, we just enjoyed spending time with one another and being retired, So, but this week we are gearing up because Stacey is coming, like I said, on Friday. And we've got some things planned. She and I have been putting our little heads together and trying to make up, some plans. And we'll see what we come to you with. Well, I'm going to tell you some things that we are. Let's start with my outfit of the day first. It is one of those little ruffled cardigans from Amazon. I am going to warn you a little bit about this particular one though, and I will give you a link in my fashion box, which will be linked in the description box below. This particular sweater, and you can see me in it here, is tighter in the arms. This is a 2X, and I am really a 1X, and it is, to me, it fits me more like an extra large would fit me right now, and I'm really about a 1X, so I'm feeling like it is tight and a little bit tighter in the arms. I almost didn't wear it today. I thought, no, I want to be, tell you guys about this. So I would maybe go up a size in this particular ruffled sweater, this particular one. Not the others that I've linked now, but this particular one, and I don't know the name of it right now, but just be careful when you look at this pattern and anything else in this pattern. It is a little tight in the arms. So, but anyway, I've got black capris on, or black ankle pants. Actually, they're capris, but they're now ankle pants on me because they're a little big on me. And these are from Avenue, and you can, I'm not going to, I keep saying this over and over again. Y'all can go to avenue.com and see what they have to offer right now if you're interested in buying anything. They run pretty true to size. They are, I would say their sizes are generous though. So just to let you know that. I have just one of my blank tank tops, short sleeve top on. I got this from Kohl's years and years ago. They do not sell them anymore. They're, I think, apartment 9. The jewelry, this necklace I got from Amazon, and the earrings too, I believe, but these particular earrings do not match this particular necklace. I do have earrings that match, but I wore the longer dangly ones. Everything else is the same rings and same bracelets that I always wear, same watch I always wear. Hair messy again today. And it is going to be a mess when Stacey's here. I know it is, because I go on next Monday, a week from today, to get my hair did. So it is going to be just a hot mess this weekend. It's, as it is. I did have to put some of the little spray on here, and you can still see my gray. I didn't get a lot on, but you can still see my gray kind of blue. Hello, I'm coming out to play. So just pardon that. And we will just move on past my hair, huh? Okay. Let me go through my questions first. I've got, I think, 4 or 5 of them here. Some of them are brass tacks kind of questions, and some are one. The first one I'm going to read to you is very sweet. It's very sweet. This is from Heather Dolick 7145. Hi, Heather. Hi, Arlynn. I'm a new subby here. Well, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that so very much. She says, I must tell you that I can tell you are a kind and warm person. I have watched some videos of yours before, and I love your home, your style, and I love how you dress and accessorize with lovely jewelry. Thank you for sharing. Didn't you at one time have some beautiful, lovable Newfoundlands and Labradors? Don't let anyone get you down. You were the better person, and they should feel shame for their mean comments. Yes, they should. Yes, they should. Why must people be mean and rude? I don't know. And it wasn't, and I wouldn't say she was necessarily mean, but she was definitely rude. And when I answered her, she then came back with a retort. And that's when I said, you didn't hear what I said when I answered her, that I was not willing to talk about what she wanted me to talk about. And then anyway, but yes, to answer your question, Heather, first of all, thank you so much for your sweet comment. Thank you so much about how I dress, and I try to be a very sweet spirit. You saw that kind of that angry monster come out there a second ago, but you know what? As I said, I am human. Pardon me. And I'm still struggling with allergies too, but I am human, and I do lose my temper sometimes, and I do get my feelings hurt, and I don't understand that particular comment, why somebody would even ask me something like that, whether they thought it should be a conversation or not. They can have the conversation with somebody else, but when I said I wasn't willing to have a conversation and then they came back, anyway, regardless, blah, 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 blah. Stop it. Obviously, that's still bothering me, huh? It's been a week, for crying out loud. I need to let it go. Let it go. But you are right, Heather. We sure did have Newfoundlands, and we didn't have Labradors. Stacey, though, has a beautiful Labrador. Her name is Piper. But we had a golden retriever. We had Gracie, the golden retriever. And but yes, we did have Sophie, the black Newfie. She was huge. She only weighed 170 pounds and was 32 inches at the withers, which means at the shoulder. She was absolutely huge, but just solid as a rock, not fat at all. Solid as a rock, the most agile Newfie I'd ever seen in my life. She could run circles around a smaller dog. She was full of energy, full of life, full of personality, and full of gumption, that one. She was something else. And then there was Samson, who was my, sorry, and I have to admit, my heart dog, if you will. Samson and I were also a therapy team together and went to my mom's nursing home. We did travel around and do other places too, but I did the bulk of the work there at my mom's nursing home. And at the end there, my mom did not know me and didn't know anybody. So we would go in and get my mom all settled in and say hi to her and have lunch with her and everything. But then I would take Sam and I would take him around and into the Alzheimer's. At the end, they had pulled my mom out of the Alzheimer's unit because once they cannot participate anymore, they pull them out and put them in the, other part of the nursing home. And thankfully my dad had procured her a private room, and big enough for all of us to be with her, my whole big family, my cousins, my aunts and uncles, everybody to be with her until she passed. But we sang and sang and sang that night, and my uncle said that we sang her right through the pearly gates. Anyway, but Samson was very, very special, very, very special. Everybody loved Samson. He was sweet and gentle, and the true definition of a gentle giant. And then there was Gracie, and she was full of energy. She could do every trick in the book. Christin helped me, as a matter of fact, train her, and had her where she could close drawers, close the refrigerator, sit pretty, go fetch, do this, do that, heel. She was amazingly trained. Gracie was. She was really, really, really something. So I miss them all. And there's nothing saying that we won't ever have another dog in this house, but not for the near future because we are traveling and we do love to travel, and we don't love to board or put the dogs on anybody else to care for, you know. So if we do get one, it'll be quite a while probably until we get another one. So, but anyway, thank you for that question and for those beautiful comments, Heather. Thank you so much. Okay, next one is from Jane Baylor, 9696. Hi, Arlynn and Chris. Kudos to you, Chris, on your stunning clematis. What's your secret? Love the yard and pool. Blessings. Blessings right back to you, Jane. And Chris told me, he said he really doesn't do anything special with his clematises. He said that the soil, that they just love the soil that they're in. And he really didn't do anything to do anything to the soil. It's just whatever the builder put in. He's heading outside. Whatever the builder put in is what, you know, what is out there. And he said he does cut it back to be 2 inches long at the end of the season when it loses all its blooms and it's dying off. He does cut it back, but he doesn't pull it out. He just cuts it back to be about 2 inches. So he wanted me to tell you that. So there was that one. Thank you for that question, Jane. Next one is from Lori Etkin. I probably butchered that, didn't I? 1644. Hi, Lori. You have a beautiful house. Thank you so much. How long have you lived there? We have lived here it'll be 11 years this fall. We moved in the weekend before Thanksgiving in 2013. That's when we moved in. Yeah. So, okay, next one is from Kim Cox. Your outside yard and flowers are stunning. Here's an off-the-wall question. What do you use to clean your kitchen cabinets? They look brand new. Thank you so much. They do still look really good, don't they? But I use Bona. I use Bona for what I use on my hardwood, and that came from the builder. He said, use Bona on your furniture. And I'm telling you, I heard somebody say don't use Bona on something on TikTok or something one day, and I'm thinking, well, that lady doesn't know what she's talking about. Because I've used it for 10 years, almost 11, and you can see how my stuff looks. All of my wood furniture, I've never put a pledge on anything. We buy the concentrate and dilute it and mix it up, and I put it in a spray bottle, and that's what I use. We have used Murphy's oil soap, or we did in the other house, and that is also good, Murphy's oil soap. So I will say that too. But I've always used Bona here, but in my other house, I used Murphy's oil soap, and our cabinets still looked good in that house too, so. Okay, this one is from Gareth, our friend over there from across the pond. Hi, Gareth. I'm going to go ahead and ask your question here. I answered you in person, I know, but I'm going to ask it or answer it here because I think that folks might like to hear this little story. Hey there, my sweet Arlynn. The garden, both back and front, are looking so lush and beautiful. Thank you so much. A quick question in regards to your wall-mounted TV and glare. As you have those big, beautiful windows in your family room, do you suffer with glare on the screen? And if not, what did you do to prevent it? The reason I ask is we have just recently mounted our TV onto the wall. Thanks in advance. Continued hugs and love and prayers, my sweet. Same right back to you, Mr. Gareth. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn the camera real quick here. Most of you are going to know this, but we have our big old TV over there in the family room, as you can see, large and in charge. You know, there it is. And we do not have a problem with glare, and I'll tell you why. Our builder knew that Chris was an engineer. Not being an engineer, not because Chris is an engineer. You wouldn't have to be an engineer to do what Chris did. I guess maybe it helped. Well, having his math brain helped. Let's just put it that way. He has a big math brain. He has a big brain. I always say that to Candace. I said, you have a big brain, and your dad has a big brain, you know. But Chris is the one that positioned this house on this lot. They gave him stakes and flags and rope and what, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. And Chris and I came out here one day and we traipsed through the woods. This whole lot was just covered in trees. And we traipsed through the woods, and Chris measured from the road back. I think we're 150 feet off the road. I don't remember, and I'm not going to try to remember because I'll get something wrong. But anyway, Chris knew the sun comes up like at that front corner over there in the east, and it kind of goes over our house this way, and it sets to the west kind of that way. So Chris had a conscious thought. He said, we have those big windows in the back, and I do not ever want that sun coming in those back windows. So this is the way we're going to position the house. I'm like, okay. And do you know, we never have a problem with glare. He did it perfectly right. He also made it so that the neighbors, like we live in a cul-de-sac, and y'all have seen, we do have a house that sits kind of next to us on one side and next to us on the other side. Well, on this side, you cannot see, there aren't any windows on this side of the house. It's just the triple car garage on that side. So nobody can see into the house that way. But we have cameras out there so we can see if anybody comes up in the driveway or whatever. So we can keep an eye out there, but they can't see in. And then over here, the folks on that side of the house cannot look directly into our house, because they can look at the corner of our house. They can't see in the bay window, and they can't see in the front windows. So Chris, and those houses were already existing when Chris situated this house on this lot. I am not even kidding you guys. You guys are probably going, what? Are you kidding me, Arlynn? Are you kidding me? I am not. I swear to goodness, if he would walk through here, I would ask him and he would confirm. But he positioned this house. He really thought about it. He measured it out, and we came out here, and buddy, we put in those stakes, and they put this house right where he put those stakes and positioned this house just the way he wanted it. And he really put a lot of forethought into it. He's amazing. What can I say? I'm telling you, I say that all the time, y'all. I don't know how I deserve him. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Okay, one more, and this is back to Chris's gardening here a little bit. Chris has such a green thumb. Does he start some of the plants from seeds or buy them already growing? Well, I asked him this in the car as we were going to lunch today, and he said, I just kind of I wrote as Chris was telling me. I say, Chris wanted me to tell you that he doesn't start feeling excited about getting his seeds started. He does both things, by the way. He does start things from seeds, and he does buy like little starter plants. Feeling excited about getting his seeds started because he gets so frustrated by the end of the season. He gets so frustrated with keeping the squirrels that he calls fuzzy tail rats. He wanted me to tell you that. He calls the squirrels fuzzy tail rats at bay, and with the copious amount of care and upkeep. He doesn't really get excited about getting his seeds started, so therefore he feels like he should start them earlier. He does have like a little lighting situation set up in the basement that he does use to start his little plants and stuff. But he does get so frustrated, he gets so tired of it that he really doesn't get excited again until like February, he says. But he does do both. He does do both. So there we go. That's all the questions that I had today. All right. I do have a few things to haul. And one thing, well, let me do this first. One thing is I do have another sweater and top to show you here that I just got. And, on Amazon, I know you guys realize this, but Amazon tends to offer the same patterns, only in different garments. For instance, I have this in a ruffled cardigan, and I've never worn it, to be honest with you, because I feel like I'm large and in charge. But so I thought, well, I love it. I love the pattern of this, and let me pair it with a hot pink ruffled cardigan. Now the arms on this one are not quite as tight, and it might just be this one. Anyway, just be aware of that. Okay, you guys, I just took my blue sweater off that I'm wearing today, and it is a different brand. It is this brand. And when I put this pink one on, this pink fits nice. This pink one, the arms and this one fit beautifully. And it is a different manufacturer. So no, if you go to get this one, it runs true to size, for sure. As you can, well, you probably can't really tell that it's tight, like this one is tight in the arms, but this one is really not tight in the arms. So anyway, I love this little outfit. And yeah, I wanted to show you that. So anyway, so this little tank top and then the ruffled cardigan, which is cute, super cute on. And this is, I bought this in an extra large, And then the sweater is a 2X, and I have plenty of room in there. And the reason I buy the sweaters in what I think will be a little bit a larger size is because of the girls, and I want them to cover. So, okay, there was that. Okay, now the rest of this that I'm going to haul has to do with Stacey. And first thing is, as some of you probably remember me talking about when I was showing you the guest room upstairs and everything, I really like to try to bring a little bit of the personal touch into the guest rooms upstairs. So one way I do that is through pictures. And I like to put pictures up in the room that whoever is visiting is staying in of them with me or with us or with Maverick or with, this part of the family or whatever. Or even when Barb and Dawn stayed, they stayed in the purple bedroom and I had pictures of them and us up there, So I wanted to show you, since Stacey is coming, that I ordered myself some new frames, and these are the frames I got. I got 6 of them, and I'll put a link in the description box. And these are just, hold a 4x6 picture. And then I filled them and I printed out these pictures by myself here from my computer and my printer. And this is just recent of us back when we took her mom and dad and my dad out. All their birthdays are in February. So took them all out for lunch. So that was us that day. And then I've got some, one from the past here. This is us out on, this is me, and this is Stacey out on our front porch here one time when she was here visiting. And she made me this sign in the back, that welcome sign out there. And then the rest are of all of us right this past Easter. This is me and my dad and Stacey and her dad, and my dad and him are brothers. And then me and Stacey with her mama, who I just adore. And then just me and Stace. So, and I'll put these out on, on the big dresser and on the other dresser, and I have another table up there. I'll just spread them around across the room up there, and hopefully it'll put a little smile on her face when she gets here. So just a little something just to say, welcome, And I also got some stuff. I don't think she'll watch this. I hope not. But I also just ordered her some stuff to, normally I'll get I always have my care package up there, but sometimes I'll get a little extra, like a travel essentials bag that just has shampoo and a comb and a razor and that kind of stuff. And then I got her, she's really into the pink, like the blush pink stuff. So I got her a little blush pink cosmetic bag, and I'm going to put all that stuff in it and put it up on her bed, just to say, hey, here's a little something for you, just to say welcome and to say, thanks for coming and I'm happy to have you here, So, all right, some of the things that we're going to do, the one craft we're going to do, and I know I'm going to hold this up, and I know a lot of you will be familiar with what to do with a pool noodle. Now, this is not one of the little 2-inch pool noodles. This is a 4-inch pool noodle. And we might even add to this a little bit, and we're going to make a patriotic garland that's going to have a lot of greenery. And I want to show you these two. These roses, these are wooden roses that I get from Amazon, y'all, and these are beautiful. And I already have 2 vases made up, and what we're going to do, what Stacey and I are going to work on, we're going to put this garland together for you guys. It'll be the first time for me, second time for her, so she will be doing the tutorial more than me. We'll both be working together, of course, on it and interacting with one another, which is always fun to listen to, even for us back, hear us talking to each other. But as I say, I showed you all that greenery in a couple of videos ago, and then I'm going to be using these because then we will also decorate the mantle up and the mantle on the hearth probably up for the patriotic. And then after she goes home, I will probably be doing just a few things around the house for the patriotic. Chris really likes the patriotic decor, as do I. We are a very, very, very patriotic family. As you know, his daddy was in the Navy. Doesn't matter if you have anybody serving the military. If you do, thank you for if you are, or if you have somebody in your family or know somebody who is, thank you so much for your service. And we really like to pay homage and show our appreciation for the sacrifices that are made for those in the military, you know? So I will probably be doing some, you know, a touch of the patriotic. Probably I'll do my dough bowl. I may do something here, although I really like this centerpiece. I may just try to patriotic it up, you know, and still use that vase. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's the craft that Stacey and I are going to be working on. And she is going to be doing something in the slow cooker. And I'm not going to tell you about that because I don't know anything about it. And I just know I have some ingredients to pick up for that. And she's going to be bringing the rest. So she's going to be putting that together for you in a video. And then I'm going to be doing a dips for days. I have 3 different dips that have always been, that are very old, that old friends gave to me. And I've had them for literally 20 or 30 years. Christin used to make up a couple of them and take them to school, and they would get gobbled up like crazy. So I will be making 3 different dips for you, probably in one video. We'll do that. And I think Stacey did mention she might be adding a dip to that too. So we're going to do a dips for days, and this craft, and her slow cooker meal. And okay, how about this? I thought about asking Candace to ask us about 10 questions, you know, that Stacey and I could answer, 20 questions. And I may still do that, but I'll tell you what, why don't I take, if you guys have any questions for us, if you're still watching me yammer on at this time in the video and you hear me asking this, why don't I take the first 10 questions that I get from you guys, if there's something that I know Stacey and I can talk about, you know, and I'll pull them off, and Stacey and I maybe can do another video and just answer questions, you know, which is always fun, like a Q&A. Christin did that with us one time, and that was fun. So, but anyway, I can do that. So, but think about that. Think about if you have any questions for us. For those of you who don't know, Stacey is my first cousin, and Stacey and I are the only cousins in our family. Our dads, there were 4 brothers. 2 of the brothers had 3 children each. And then my dad and Stacey's dad just had Stacey and me. And that was it. We're only children. So we've always kind of gravitated toward one another. Plus, we're close with all of our family. Don't get me wrong at all. You could put any of us in the room all together and we'd be like crazy and loving on one another like crazy. You would just not believe it. We're a very, very, very close family. But Stacey and I have always gravitated together. I'll tell you a very personal story here. And I don't think I've shared this before, but I will share it with you guys just to tell you, just to show you the level of respect and love that I have for Stacey. The day that we found Christin, when she had passed away, and the day that we found her, I made 3 phone calls. First one was to Candace. Second one was to my dad. And the third one was to Stacey. And that third one was to put a big burden on her shoulders. And that was, I asked her to please tell the rest of the family. I just did not have it in me that day to tell the rest of the family, you guys. And she did that. And she took the reins, and she was like my buffer. She took such good care of me. And she was my buffer, and we all would do that for one another. But Stacey and I, like I say, are very, very close. And Stacey she's strong like I am, you know, I'm a strong lady, and so is she. Very strong personalities, you know, dare I say personalities. And I knew she could, once she got past the shock and the horror and the sadness of us finding our daughter passed away of natural causes, you know, I knew that she would be able to take that burden on, and she wouldn't mind doing it for me, and she did it. And I will be forever grateful to her for taking that burden off of my shoulders and off of Chris's shoulders. And she told the rest of the family, and she said, Arlynn, it's not accepting phone calls right now. I just couldn't at that time. We had so much that we were dealing with. And one of the first phone calls that I did accept that wasn't Stacey or my dad or Candace, of course, was from my cousin who is a pastor, and he called to pray with us. And of course, I was so grateful for that. But that just tells you the level of the closeness of my family, you guys. I mean, I know that I talk about my family all the time. I know that some of the only things I talk about, I love my family. My family means the world to me. My immediate family and my extended family too. And, we are so lucky and blessed to have one another. So that should maybe kind of give you a little glimpse into just how much I adore Stacey. I just adore her and her mom and dad. And also too, Stacey and I kind of grew up, even though I'm 10 years older than her, she and I grew up in the same town. Her dad and my parents worked, and her mama too, all worked within the school system in our county. And, we were brought up very close to one another, saw each other all the time as we were growing up. We feel like sisters. We really do. We feel like we're sisters. If I could have a sister, I would want her to be Stacey. If I could have a sister, I would want her to be Stacey. One of these days, I will be able to get through a video without breaking down. I'm so sorry, you guys. My life has been such a roller coaster as of late. It really has. But I'm so grateful for my whole family. They have been such a support, all of them, and especially Stacey. So I can't wait to see her on Friday. And I'm really happy that she said, okay, what are we going to do for videoing, Arlynn? And I said, thank you so much, Stace, for doing that. People have been asking to see us together. We have a really nice rapport with one another, kind of funny sometimes. We talk over one another, that kind of thing. So it should be fun. So anyway, I am not going to be back this week. I'm going to be preparing for her to come and also spending some time with Chris outside at our pool if we get some sunny days, and preparing things out there, going to the grocery store, changing sheets, cleaning the upstairs, cleaning the house, all the things. So I will not be back possibly until next week, until next Monday, a week from today, because Stacey's not going to be going home until Sunday. So she's going to be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So for me to do all the recording and then get it all edited and then start putting them up, it's going to be a little while. So please be patient with me. Give me grace, and I would appreciate it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little chit chat, kind of hodgepodge, kind of long. I bet you it's about 45 minutes long, probably video. Appreciate you guys coming back and sticking around for this whole video, and ask me the questions, like I said, about Stacey and I that you would like Stacey and I maybe to answer. That would be great. Keep them light, please. We don't need anything really heavy, but keep them light and happy, whatever questions you can think of. We'd appreciate that. We like to laugh. We like to have fun, and anyway, all right. Please subscribe if you would. I would really appreciate that if you hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, and then hit the all when the notification bell comes up. Watch the video all the way to the end. And what I've hit, click like, share with your friends and family. Thank you so much for all that. It's free to subscribe, and I would love to welcome you in. So I guess that's it. So I'll go into my final words and say thank you all so much for stopping in here today. For those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness, chronic pain, or have suffered a great loss, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all of that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.